And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we do get into today's video, as always, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So a quick one, guys. I hope you guys are all well. This is going to be a straight up freestyle for you because we've got some breaking news to go over as a midfielder deal has been agreed by the club. Now, I'll discuss that transfer in just a moment because it is some big news there. But I seen a report earlier that Cameron Carter-Vickers was attracting interest from a lot of teams across Europe. And today it's been basically confirmed by the Daily Express that Galatasaray, Atalanta, that bloody team again, and Besiktas have all made approaches to Celtic for Cameron Carter-Vickers. So these approaches were rejected by the club, who were not open to be selling the USA international. So first of all, good news that, of course, Celtic rejected these approaches. Hopefully it didn't rock the boat at all for Cameron Carter-Vickers at the club. I mean, I'm sure he's more than happy to stay at Celtic, of course, but you know, some of these teams are quite big. Galatasaray is a big side. Atalanta, of course, are in the Champions League this season, and they are in the Serie A, which is a very good league. Of course, they were one of the teams that were heavily pursuing Matt O'Reilly a few weeks ago, or actually a few days ago, really, before they kind of cancelled out their interest in him. So that's quite interesting that, you know, he's been linked with a move away. But I'm glad that Celtic have rejected those advances from those teams straight away. It's basically a no way we're selling him pretty much because he is obviously a very key player for us. And as you guys will know as well, we do need a centre-back at some point this transfer window to come in and help strengthen that back line for us. And to lose our best defender would be an absolute transfer nightmare, really. Again, with the potential incomings when it comes to defenders, to be honest with you guys, it's been really, really quiet, which is really concerning, considering, as I mentioned multiple times, we've got literally just over a week left of this transfer window. And, you know, Liam Scales has done a good job for us. I think he's still a very good player, still good enough to play for Celtic, but is he good enough to play in those European nights where we need to make that next step up to try and, you know, get out this new group format and try and get into the knockout stages, which is where Celtic belong. We belong to be in those latter stages of the competition. Of course, it's great for us, for the fans, and it's great for us financially to be in those stages of the competition as well. And history like ours, we should be in that position in the competition. So yeah, I don't think Liam Scales is good enough to be that player to take us to that level. So I'm hoping that we do kind of show some more interest in some defenders. And, you know, when we hear defender news around Celtic this transfer window, the last thing we want to hear is a player like Cameron Carter-Vickers being linked with a move away, because it's the complete opposite of what we want to happen. But very glad Celtic swiftly rejected that situation and basically said, look, there's no way we're selling him whatsoever. No circumstances whatsoever will make us want to sell him. Because, of course, we mentioned earlier as well, Kyogo's been linked with Manchester City, which is crazy within itself. And, of course, the Matt O'Reilly transfer saga as well is an ongoing one, which will probably end up with him being at Brighton at some point in this transfer window if he does agree personal terms to join Premier League club. Now, the big news of the day is some confirmed news. This is a done deal. Kobayashi has left Celtic. So Kobayashi has joined Portuguese side Portimonense on a permanent deal. Of course, he's 24 years old, Kobayashi. He didn't feature at all last season for Celtic, and he signed a new 4-year deal in Portugal. So the best of luck to Kobayashi. Of course, there were some high hopes when he came to the club that he may be a good quality player for us. Never really worked out for him. He didn't feature at all last season for Celtic. It was an Ant Postecoglou signing. You know, you win some, you lose some, and unfortunately that was a loss on Celtic's point. Of course, we had some issues with transfers in the last few windows, and, you know, he's one of the players that we kind of bought in, never really quite worked out for him, and now he's been moved on. In this report, it doesn't say how much he's gone for. It may be a very minimum fee. I doubt it's very much that Celtic have accumulated for him. Portimonense is not exactly the most wealthiest club in Europe, let's be honest. But yeah, best of luck to him. It's quite an interesting move. Hopefully he can kind of get his career back on the right tracks and try and become that player that we all thought he could be for us when we signed him a couple of years ago. So that's hopes for him, really, to see what he can do, see what he can achieve out in Portugal. But that is confirmed. That is a done deal. Kobayashi has left the club. And again, it's good to get these players off the books. You know, that's what, 15, 20 grand a week off the wages now. A massive, massive boost for us. And, you know, when we try and sign these other players that have been linked to maybe another midfielder, centre half, etc., etc., it's good to have those wages free, just in case, you know, they want a bit more money. But yeah, let me know your thoughts with regards to Kobayashi. What did you think of him when he came to the club? Did you think he'd be a lot better than he was, or did you kind of know that he was going to be a bit of a dud signing? Let me know your thoughts down below with regards to that. But that's pretty much it, guys, in terms of the transfer news. Of course, still a lot needs to be done this transfer window, as I've mentioned. Overall, I'm pretty frustrated, like you could say, with the transfer window again this season. I mean, when I come into the window, I'd never have too many high hopes, really. Of course, you kind of expected this to be the situation. We thought maybe some more first-team quality would come into the side. Hasn't really worked out that way. Honestly, it's been better than most transfer windows in the last few years. In my opinion, it's still slightly better than last season's, just due to the fact that the players we have brought in. We know they have some real quality, like Ida, for example, Schmeichel. He's a good quality player. I know he's old, but we know he's a first-team quality player. Ida, again, he had a great 6 months with us last season. I mean, kind of knew he'd be a good signing for us. Paulo Bernardo as well. Whereas last season, I feel like we were a little bit more in the dark with the players that we were signing, such as Palmer, Yang, etc. All these other players. It never really worked out. I mean, Palmer's still got a future at Celtic. The other ones really haven't done much. Lega Bill, Milwaukee, all these absolute dud signings that we've seen throughout the season, not really accomplished much in a Celtic shirt. But I'm still underwhelmed by it. I mean, we're still at 9 days left of the transfer window. We want to get another centre half, left back, ideally maybe a right winger, another midfielder, of course. If Matt O'Reilly does leave the club, that's another thing to worry about. But yeah, fingers crossed he does stay. But that's transfer saga still, escalating quite a lot day to day. The Billy Gilmour transfer to Napoli is getting closer and closer, which of course plays a massive part in this Matt O'Reilly potential transfer to Brighton. He is their number one target to replace Billy Gilmour. So that will happen. He'll go to Brighton if Billy Gilmour does go to Napoli, which seems like it will happen. Of course, Matt O'Reilly himself needs to agree personal terms with Brighton. Does he want to get behind the project that's there? I think he might, because quite a young squad, a young manager, quite an exciting team. Of course, they're nowhere near the size of Celtic as a football club, but they can offer him triple the wages that we can offer him. And of course, money does talk, and they have a good start to the season, got some good players on their books, so it could be quite an exciting project to Matt O'Reilly. But yeah, let me know your thoughts with regards to that as well, guys. Do you think he will stay? Do you think he will go? And also, I want to know your thoughts on the whole transfer window as a whole. Are you happy with the signings we've made, or are you still disappointed like myself? As a kind of conclusion of the transfer window, of course, still be an optimist and hope that more happens in the next few days, but it doesn't seem like anything will happen. It almost feels like we're going down a path of like transfer deadline day, a loan signing for a position that we desperately need, like a centre back or a left back, and there'll be like a bit of a panic buy, and then see what happens with that. But yeah, drop a like on this video, guys, if you enjoyed it. Make sure you do subscribe as well to the channel for more Celtic content, because we'll keep up to date with all the latest Celtic news on this channel. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye.